So after all of that, this is what the bottom of the table looks like. We'll still only have 1 point. Burnley inside the bottom three, as are West Ham after another defeat today. But that win for Chelsea means they now are on 11 points, where they go above Sunderland, just behind Crystal Palace, and only 3 points off Bournemouth. But significantly, defeat for Liverpool means that having been 5 points behind Liverpool just over a week ago, Arsenal are now a point clear at the top of the table, and already the goal difference between the two is 7. And there are still more games to come on a packed Super Sunday tomorrow. It's amazing how quickly things can turn around. There was a bit of pressure on Maresca. There was a lot of negative talk around Chelsea. They now won in Europe in midweek, and they've now beaten the champions with that late goal here at Stamford Bridge. It doesn't really matter when the goal comes, but it feels different.
Yeah, and you saw what it meant. You saw what it meant to them, as not just a group of players, but as a management team as well. After the game, the celebrations were, heightened. Because they were under pressure. They were questioning him as a manager. The players, they've dealt with a lot of injuries, the circumstances. They were at the Club World Cup. And the start of the season wasn't ideal for them. I think that performance today, this evening, will give them a hell of a lot of confidence. They will come out of this game understanding that they're capable of putting in performances like that, but they've got to now consistently do that. That's what they're missing. The next step is to replicate performances like tonight, game after game after game.
And even if the point now is to be consistent with those performances, Jamie, does the fact that they were able to put that performance in today suggest that it is coming? Because the question for Chelsea for a couple of years now has been, when are they going to deliver on the potential? Is this a sign that they're getting there, that they're further down that road?
Well, it's more of a sign that they've got real character, Kelly, because they had to really suffer today. When Liverpool come back to 1-1, Cody Gakpo's goal, you could only really see one winner. Then you lose Badia Shield, then you lose Achimpong, and then you're thinking, OK, what's my back four? How am I going to hang on to a point? And in that last 15 minutes, when the game was just all of a sudden turned, and I look at characters and I think, who's the person that didn't? I look at Enzo Fernandez, and he's not always been my favourite player at Chelsea. When he first came, I was thinking, where do you fit him in? But when they didn't have Cole Palmer today, someone had to step up and be the talisman. Someone had to take the ball under pressure. Someone had to make that final pass. And his little pass into Cucurella. Obviously, Cucurella gets the assist, but I was thinking about the ball that makes the assist is actually as important. And I thought today he was magnificent. And he really led that team. And that, for me, was the difference, because I looked at Liverpool and I was thinking to myself, he's trying to hang on a little bit here. He brings on Endo. Endo lets Cucurella run, and that's where the goal comes from. But character, desire, when you're under pressure, can you get that 3 points? Because I think, as I said, he'd have took 1 point, but he's managed to get 3, and he'll be so happy, Maresca.
And you know what? Down the sides, James, we talked about today, the substitutions Chelsea made, Maresca, he brought on Esteval, he brings on Gittins. They came on and they were lightning. They were down the wings, they were isolating, going one-on-one, taking on defenders, showing themselves. That's what it's all about. You talked about character. You talked about, as an attacker, you come on off the bench, your job is to make something happen. We saw Wirtz run through, does an absolutely fantastic back heel to Salah. That was his moment to potentially say, OK, I can build some momentum now. Now you've got Esteval going in, thinking, all right, I'm kick-starting my Chelsea career here now. I've scored a goal against Liverpool last minute. Those are the moments that, as an attacker, gives you such confidence, especially a new signing or a young player, which both of those two are. So I'm very happy for Esteval. Obviously, it's unfortunate for Wirtz not to get an assist, but what a performance from Esteval when he came on. I was really
18 years of that. You were blessed with that left foot, Daniel.
I mean,
he does it differently. I mean, I know it's because it's not a typical type of goal, but they're the ones that get your numbers up. He has got a lovely left foot, wants to come in, always be progressive with his passing as well.
Yeah, those back posts, tap-ins, what they call them, quote unquote.
But you must be very happy, Glenn Hoddle.
Yes, I think, a win for Chelsea, always good in the bank there. But I think overall, they just shaded it. I think they deserved to win it in the end. Liverpool were always in the game, as we said, but it was a strange game today. In that second half, it was like whoever was in possession, it felt like they had 11 against 10. And then when Liverpool got possession, it felt like they had 11 against 10. There was everywhere. There was so much space to play in, and in the end, it was Chelsea that got that little bit of a chance, and they created it really well. Liverpool's chances, I felt, were coming off mistakes of Chelsea when they give the ball away and they broke on them. Whereas I think Chelsea sort of carved their chances open. You know, they did it themselves. And, you know, in all, it was for an entertaining game, but both managers wouldn't be particularly happy.
Then Chelsea ended up doing to Liverpool what Liverpool have been doing to other clubs, scoring late. Talk us through the goal from Estevao. It was a great moment for him.
Yeah, it was a fantastic moment for him. And you know what? There's been a couple of crosses today where there's no one been on the back post, but the way he covers it was really good because he waits his time. You know, Cucurella again not being picked up by anyone. You know, I think that he's been left. Once he goes in, look at Estevao now. You know, he's out of sight, and now he's made a real dart to that back post to make sure it doesn't go across there, because that's what you're meant to do. The winger's meant to, when a ball's coming across, that ball should never go across through the back of that play, and he's done well there. Got on the back of Andy Robertson and, you know, got his goal, and he came on and done very well.
If you look at Andy Robinson again here, we're
look at Salah
here.
Salah,
all day he's done that. He's let Cucurella get forward on his own too many times, and in the end they paid the price. But on the back post there, Andy Robertson there hasn't once. He got square on for an experienced fullback. When the ball's down the other side, he's got to have a glance, he's got to have a look, he's got to be aware where Estevao is. Didn't see him whatsoever because he was closed off, he was squared up.
Well, it was tired legs at the end because of the end-to-end nature of the game. But the situation that kept arising on that left-hand side for Liverpool and Salah's lack of tracking, it would be fascinating to sit down with Arne Slot and say, look, how much freedom do you give him to not have to do that? Because at the moment, that system, especially the midfielder behind Salah, is causing Liverpool big problems.
And you know the thing as well with that team, and what will happen is that the boys will know, the players themselves will know that, listen, Gaff, at some stage you're going to have a word with him because we're getting dragged all over the place. You know, and if he's not going to come back and help us, it's going to cause us problems, especially away from home.
OK, well, let's head straight back to Stamford Bridge and hear from one of today's goal scorers, Moises Caicedo.
Well, Moises, there is nothing like a last-minute winner. Is that the best possible way to win a football match?
Yeah, for sure. It was a fantastic goal at the end. So, yeah, everybody was happy. And, yeah, now we are so happy.
I think we thought once they equalised and you had a couple more players go off through injury that it would be Liverpool pushing for the win. What was it within the group that made you go again after their equaliser? And actually, even before you got the goal, you were the team pushing?
Yeah, for sure. You know, Liverpool, everybody knows Liverpool. Liverpool is a fantastic team, so we did our best, even when they push us. So we were so good at the end.
Do you think somehow the injuries you've had, the problems in the last few weeks, you know, like the red cards, the results, somehow that's brought you closer?
Yeah, even closer, because that's the moments we need to be even closer. So yeah, the team was good, working hard every day. So now we show that on the pitch.
And why is it with you that every goal you score, except maybe that one at West Ham, which was a bit more simple?
It was a great goal also.
Why is every goal a goal of the season?
To be honest, I don't know. God is perfect, you know. Everything is for Him. So yeah, I had the opportunity to shoot and I did it. Yeah.
And did you know? Was it one of those? The second you hit it, you start celebrating. You don't even need to see it hit the net.
Yeah, for sure. When I shot, I knew the ball is gonna go in. So yeah, it was a fantastic goal.
And we remember a couple of summers ago, you could have been red, you could have been blue. You had the choice to make. So was the goal and is the win even more special because it's against Liverpool?
No. It was a great goal, but nothing for Liverpool. I'm here, enjoying here. So yeah, I'm doing so well. That's the most important.
Should I let you go and celebrate with your teammates and give you this Player of the Match award first?
Thank you very much.
Well played.
And a well-deserved Player of the Match award there because he was fantastic. He's been outstanding actually this season. 3 goals in 7 and his goal was pretty special today, wasn't it, Glenn?
Oh, it was special, wasn't it? Beautiful. I mean, it doesn't matter any game of football, even if it's Sunday morning. That top corner goal, when it's hit like that, it's just special, isn't it? Yeah. This is a lovely first touch from him. There's space to eat up. He eats it up. He sets himself beautifully and it goes in like a rocket. Yeah. Beautifully struck across the ball and really, really fabulous goal.
Yeah, that's the Liverpool players following the ball and leaving that space. Struggled today, I think, with the rotation of Chelsea and the problems down that left. There was lots of space, unlike the team of last season. And what a goal. I mean, the centre-halves, yeah, we could question that. I mean,
We've got to say the goal, haven't we?
Ultimately, that is a strike that very few people would stop. And he's been terrific, Caicedo. He deserves great credit because he started quite slowly his Chelsea career. And he's become their best player.
Do you think that... Sorry, Ian.
No, I was just going to say, it's just, I love when it hits the net. It's not dipped in, it's that with real clean.
It's clean, yeah.
Clean strike. You can tell the ball's not spinning too much. He's caught it perfectly. We have to give him credit for that.
Yeah, I think they suffered a little bit when Fernandes and him couldn't play together. A lot of Chelsea fans friends of mine go every week and they watch, and they said he's not the same player as he was at Brighton. And slowly but surely, they've released Fernandes a little bit further up the pitch, and he's sort of gone, oh, right, this is my domain.
Yeah.
I'm going to look after this. This is what I normally do. He's been brilliant. He's been absolutely brilliant on the ball and off the ball.
Do we have to credit Chelsea as well, given the fact that they've had so many injuries? I think 9 injuries or 8 injuries plus a couple of suspensions as well. But to have so many players out and to still be able to beat Liverpool is something.
Yeah, because Liverpool are the champions and they proved that last season how good they were. I know it's a different team he's got now. But, like, you have to say that Chelsea get a lot of credit simply because you could see that it's a Liverpool side that you can get at. There's spaces, there's holes, there's players not playing very, very well. They've not quite gelled. I don't think the fullback situation with Liverpool is an upgrade on what they had before in respects of Andy Robertson and Trent. I think that's something that they're going to miss, in respects of the Kirkes and maybe Frimpong, what's going to happen. So that once they get that sorted, the midfield at some stage, you have to feel at the moment it's not quite working. With what's going on, Salah, with his lack of tracking back, and up front, Isak's got to get himself going. Wirtz has got to get. So there's a lot of things that still need to like boil up properly in the pot, and so they can start doing what they need to do.
And I must say, 7 out of the bottom half have not played this match week, so it could look a little bit different by the close of tomorrow. But you can see Burnley, West Ham and Wolves struggling at the bottom there. Wolves the only team in the league to have not won a game this campaign. Let's take you to the top half then, and there is a significant change with Arsenal, who top the table. 16 points from 7 games played. They are 1 point ahead of Liverpool. Spurs in 3rd, and then Bournemouth, Palace, Chelsea, Sunderland up to 7th. You've got to say, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace and Sunderland, what a season those 3 clubs are having. Right, there is so much to talk about after